Kingsman: The Golden Circle is directed by Matthew Vaughn and is the sequel to the surprisingly very good, why am I saying very good? The amazing Kingsman: The Secret Service. The story continues to follow Eggsy in his career as an international spy. Someone has completely obliterated Kingsman's headquarters, essentially all of their resources. It's just gone. So now Eggsy and the remaining Kingsmen are going to have to meet with their cousins over in the United States known as the Statesmen. Joining forces with the Statesmen, they're taking on Julianne Moore, who's the main villain in the story. And without spoiling anything else, this movie turns into one of the most fast-paced, action-intense thrill rides that I've seen this year. But that's not necessarily a good thing. So I had a lot of expectations looking at Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I really trust in Matthew Vaughn, the director, and Taron Egerton as Eggsy is one of my favorite new characters that have come out recently. I love his story, I love the background of his character, and I like how they were able to flesh it out in the first film. So I was hoping that they would do a lot more development with his character and kind of move that story a little bit more forward. Also, Colin Firth is of course the standout of the first movie. That church scene, and you all know what the church scene is. I'm not even going to show you the clip. I'll show you the clip. The church scene in Kingsman 1 is one of the best fighting scenes that I've seen in a long time. One of the most entertaining and fun ones to listen to, because Freebird is just going in the background while Colin Firth is just taking out these people. The film overall just had a really great feel of being a spy film while also kind of embracing the tropes that spy movies have. Now with Kingsman: The Golden Circle, it does continue on that tradition, but it does a little bit too much of it. To me, the issue of the movie is mainly balancing the action-intensive scenes with the character development scenes. To get this out of the way, I liked Kingsman 2. I think it was a pretty good sequel. I loved Mark Strong's performance. Everybody in the film did a pretty good job with their performances. And seeing the Statesman now, it's just amazing to see Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore in a film again since Big Lebowski. Channing Tatum, while he's not in it very much, does a really good job with him. And Pedro Pascal did an amazing job in this as Whiskey. In fact, he might be the MVP of this movie. To me, it felt like the movie was a little bit too rushed, that it didn't have enough time to help flesh out their stories, to help build on their characters. And a lot of the things that they did with the first Kingsman, they kind of rehashed with the second one. Even to the effect of certain moments to include the same sound effects that you heard in the first movie, to kind of really rely too much on a lot of those tropes that were in the first one. If Kingsman 1 was paying tribute to spy films, Kingsman 2 just goes nuts with it and also pays tribute to itself in a weird way. I just didn't feel as invested with the characters as I did in the first one, and it didn't feel like it had that heart that the first movie had that made me love the movie so much. And again, I liked the movie. It just could have been so much better with a little bit of tweaks in it. Also, they make a few choices in this film to which I feel it kind of undercut a lot of what the first film brought to the franchise. They ended some storylines, they reignited some storylines that just didn't make sense for a sequel in my opinion, as well as the opening action scene in this film felt a little bit too CG for me. It doesn't diminish the fact though that this was a pretty good sequel to Kingsman: The Secret Service. Maybe I'm just a little bit too hard on it because I loved that first movie so much and maybe had too high expectations going in. I'm gonna give Kingsman: The Golden Circle a 7 out of 10. So guys, tell me what you thought about Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Whatever you thought, leave a comment down below. Spoilers, make sure you leave a spoiler tag there. What's been your favorite action film so far this year? Let me know down below. Thanks again as always for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you at the next review.